Donald Trump made nominating conservative Supreme Court justices a central campaign promise. Conservatives saw the confirmations of Brett Kavanaugh and Neil Gorsuch as the fulfillment of that pledge, and then Brett Kavanaugh handed Donald Trump a win that had him smiling from ear to ear. One of the biggest issues facing the Supreme Court is the radical homosexual lobby's campaign to completely destroy religious liberty in America. Radical homosexual activists in blue states seek out Christian bakers and demand they violate their sincerely held Christian beliefs that marriage is between one man and one woman by demanding they bake wedding cakes, take pictures, or make floral arrangements for homosexual weddings. When the Christians object on the grounds that participating in homosexual weddings goes against their faith, the homosexual activists count on their allies in the state government to use anti-discrimination laws to exact crippling financial penalties. That's exactly what happened in Oregon. Back in 2013, two radical homosexuals demanded the owner of Sweet Cakes by Melissa bake a cake for their wedding. When the owner refused on religious liberty grounds, a state commission tried to put Sweet Cakes out of business by imposing a $135,000 fine. This court case made its way through the system with the lower court leaving the fine in place, but that all ended today. The Supreme Court lifted the fine and sent the case back to the lower court and instructed them to reconsider the decision in light of the 2018 Masterpiece Kakashov case, where a 7-2 majority ruled that a Colorado Civil Rights Commission acted out of malice in fining a Colorado baker for not baking a cake for a homosexual wedding. While the case did not settle the question of whether the government can force Christians to violate God's teachings, lifting the fine and sending the case back for reconsideration was still a significant victory for Aaron and Melissa Klein, the owners of Sweet Cakes by Melissa. That became clear when the ACLU, which used to support civil liberties for Christians, but is now a standard-issue liberal activist group, released a statement shredding the ruling. Today's decision means our fight against discrimination and unfair treatment will continue. The ACLU statement read, "We have always believed that in America, you should not be turned away from a business open to the public because of who you are. We brought this case because no one should have to face the shame, embarrassment, and humiliation of being told we don't serve your kind here that we faced, and we will continue fighting until no one does." But Kristen Waggoner, a lawyer at the Alliance Defending Freedom who helped with the lawsuit, saw things differently. Tolerance and respect for good faith differences of opinion are essential in a society like ours, Waggoner declared. This decision makes clear that the government must respect Jack's beliefs about marriage.